Any words there, Theo?
Oh, I think he's waiting for the title to pop up. Steve.
Is the switch on?
Maybe it's too far away.
I'm a little closer, Theo, maybe it'll work. There we go. All right. Please stand, we'll sing our choruses. The first one is Better Is One Day. Sorry, can you guys hear me up there? Okay, we can go on. We'll just start over. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord Almighty. My soul longs and even faints for you. For here my heart is satisfied. Next, blessed be your name. Your name. chance, do we have Oopsie there?
Is this the one?
Yeah, that's the right
Yeah,
one.
no, it was blessed be the name.
Oh.
Not a big deal. The wrong song.
The whole time? Oh, sorry.
No, no, I fixed it. No, I fixed it right at the beginning.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the first one was good, it's gotta be good.
I did that once too with that one.
Alright, next one, Waymaker. There we go. Here.
Okay, announcements. So, Sunday 10 o'clock, Sunday school, 11 is worship service. Saturday, February 14th is the community Valentine's dessert and concert night at 6:30. Be sure to come out and join us for a great evening of fun and fellowship at our Valentine's event. So fancy desserts, a mini concert by Cindy Quasso from Humboldt, devotional by Brock. Invite your friends. They'll be glad you did. Okay, sign up sheet for desserts in the foyer. We still need a few more volunteers to make desserts. Next Saturday, the 15th, is our, pardon? Sunday. Next Sunday, the 15th, is our turn to do nursing home service. So please join us if you can. We can be a help to Pastor Steve and a blessing to the residents. Okay, is there any other announcements?
Yeah, I think, we will have a church cleaning bee here on Friday, to get the church cleaned up and things and everything set up and decorated for the Valentine's event. So, if anyone can come out and help us, I'm thinking probably about, 9:30, Debbie?
9:30,
On Friday,
Friday, 9:30.
to prepare for the next day's event.
Okay.
I hope this isn't the most important announcement of the day, but your tax receipts are in the back. If they're not there, I mailed them.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
Our mailboxes need cleaned up, some people forgot to pick up theirs for a while.
Sounds good. Okay. So, River, you can do offering.
Jesus Christ, thank you for this day, and thank you that we can gather here today, and pray that you bless this offering, and again, pray. Amen.
Steve, we have a special number.
Oh, okay.
Okay, come up here, Elaine. Bring over here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna sing Peace Like a River. You guys sing out loud. I'll sing with you. 1, 2, 3. Ready?
I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul.
We'll sing big next song.
Normally, it's easier to let one of you guys read, but seeing as I gave my passage to Barb and now it got changed, then I guess I'll have to read it myself. So I invite you to turn to Matthew 14 with me.
14.
Matthew 14. And we'll be reading 1 through 13 and then 22 and 23. Matthew 14. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard about the fame of Jesus, and he said to his servants, "This is John the Baptist. He has been raised from the dead, and that is why these miraculous powers are at work in him." For Herod had seized John and bound him and put him in prison for the sake of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, because John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." And though he wanted to put him to death, he feared the people because they held him to be a prophet. But when Herod's birthday came, the daughter of Herodias danced before the company and pleased Herod, so that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she might ask. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me the head of John the Baptist here on a platter." And the king was sorry, but because of his oath and his guests, he commanded it to be given. He sent and had John beheaded in the prison, and his head was brought on a platter and given to the girl, and she brought it to her mother, and his disciples came and took the body and buried it, and they went and told Jesus. Now when Jesus heard this, he withdrew from there in a boat to a desolate place by himself. But when the crowds heard it, they followed him on foot from the towns. And then turning to 22 and 23. Immediately he made the disciples get out into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowds. And after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. You might wonder what this passage has to do with meditation. Well, the interesting thing is, meditation is done for specific reasons at specific times. And although it doesn't say this passage with the wording that Jesus went to meditate, it has all the actions that meditation includes. Being alone, being with God, and studying God, not yourself. So, one of the first things to bear in mind is that Jesus, although he is God, he's also human. And when he gets this news of John the Baptist being killed, it says, when Jesus heard this, he withdrew from there. Like any other human, he had an issue, and he was going to mourn the loss of his friend. But if we kept reading in verse 14 through 21, we would read that he gets intercepted by the groups of people from the towns that had heard about his fame. And does he tell them to get lost because he's mourning? No. He shows mercy on the crowds. He heals all their sick. And then, after it's all explained of everything that he does, it comes back to immediately following that. He's like, now I'm out of here. I got to go do this. It's something that's important to me. More than something that's important to me, it's important for me. And there's a couple things that we have to realize with meditation. Number one, it's the righteous that do it. Nobody else is called to do it. So if it's this command for the righteous to do it, what does it involve? Well, if we look at the worldview of meditation, it's empty your head so that you can be filled by something. Please don't. That's like inviting chaos into your life, because you'll get a whole lot more than you bargained for. However, what it does say is step away from what is your norm into a quiet place. Focus on God, not your own problem. And it will have definite influences in your life. Definite influences. So basically, it has an effect on those who do it. It turns their mind on things other than what's disturbing them at that point. And it gives relief from what is happening in the heat of the moment. Go back to the passage we read. We see that Jesus is mourning. He's got this inner turmoil going on because somebody got killed for the message that he brings. And it's a message about Jesus. And he's like, I got to go spend time with God about this. Well, he is God. Why does he need to spend time with God? He's got this human form. He's got this human part of him that relates to every single one of us. If we turn to Psalm 1, verse 1 and 2, we would see David, and he talks about this is something that the righteous do, and they don't just do it sometimes, they do it day and night. The way David would word it, you have to understand that this is David, and he's an emotional guy that likes to write everything down that's going through his mind. And when he says, I'm doing this day and night, it seems like it's something that he's obsessed with. But it's also something that makes him forget about himself. Well, why would he have to forget about himself? Well, look at his life, and he's a hot mess. He has to focus on God to realize that there's anything good in life at all. But that's an Old Testament example. What about in the New Testament? Wouldn't that be maybe a little more relevant for us? Well, Philippians 4:8 says this, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever